explore the new region released in HSR, which I am surprised they released a new region, and I am gonna need some help looking for it. Alright, it was just at the bottom of the list. Dream of Gnawing Oak, and I saw a little bit of it when I got teleported here, and it didn't make us explore that much. So basically I'm just gonna start it from scratch. That our conquest was quite the doozy, I think. I don't really remember what happened. It was just like a redo of penacony, which I think for a lot of us, we don't really remember much anyway. I always like to break every single thing. I think it's like a habit I picked up from Genshin, where, let's just see. Oh, we haven't fought these enemies in a while. Well, explored in penacony in a while. Penacony is one of the regions. The only region I fully mapped out, I think, is Herta Space Station and Emporius. Mostly because I actually didn't start my YouTube channel in Emporius. Or did I? I think I had a little bit of Emporius in me, but pretty much since I began my YouTube channel, it's been Emporius only. But there are still some videos from the 2KX. I actually organize my videos in playlists on my YouTube channel because I kind of mean for it for people who, like, in the future miss events and want to see things in order, because I feel like some YouTube channels, it's very difficult to know what you've missed. And some minor events too have like interesting like lore. There's one event I missed in ZZZ because this was when my iPad charger area was smelling like weird. I didn't take this path during the quest. Mostly because I like red better. No, I don't. But red is for communism, so I go with that. And also left. Like, I'm a leftist, not a rightist. Let's get too political. But, you know, things are very political nowadays. But, you know, I'm gonna go back. Ooh. Okay. Why is this here? I don't really understand what this Dream of Gnawing Oak. Are we in, like, Mr. Oak's, like, mind or something? Let's just go down here. Ooh, that's the elevator. You know what that reminds me of? The elevator? It reminds me of the elevator in Severance. There's, like, an arrow that points down. I've only finished season 1, so this is spoilers. This is hella spoilers. Only listen if you've listened to season 1. Once I finish, I'll use the technique. I'll use Siren's technique. But so plug your ears. But basically, what is his name? Actually, no, it doesn't actually freaking matter. I want to read this instead. A letter from an apostate to Mr. Gopherwood. There's no from. I'm writing to you about a single silent beat in the endless aria of Constantina, the singer of the Panacoustic Theater. A long time ago, you offered your cool shade to shelter wayward pathstriders. Yet they sought to replace the hymns of harmony with their own discordant anthems, going so far as to incite a rebellion against their savior. We endured a great hardship to purge their dissonance at long last, but the victory was costly. You were stripped of your physical form and condemned as a sinner by the main family, while I too lost much in that great fire. I left you then to embark upon a pilgrimage to the Great One's sacred sites, never imagining that I would bear witness to the ultimate fate of these apostates. As with all convicts, the main family's tuning stripped them of their flesh, reducing them to longing without desire, substance without will, and faith without conviction. Their purest thoughts were partitioned and dismembered, becoming verses of song, passages of scripture, and lines of law. Then they are all to be absorbed into the Great One's magnificent, primordial divine law, woven into its chanted verse and embraced by infinite overtones. During my pilgrimage, I witnessed a visitation from the Panacoustic Theater. The stars shifted, 1,000 sounds rang as one, and 1,000,000 thoughts danced in ecstasy to the aria of Constantina the singer. Yet, even as puppets, those convicts refused to spend their lives heralding the consonant chord. With their last vestiges of will, they staged a final riot. The edicts, named freedom, all shifted forward by a single beat. It was merely a single beat, but the combined will of millions of convicts held captive and catechized by the hymn for years beyond count introduced a fleeting, discordant note into the symphony. And I must admit that transient dissonance moved me more profoundly than the chorus of the stars ever has. But it was only for a moment. The strings swelled to conceal the discordant note, and in a flash, the edicts, along with the final remnants of their master's wills, were annihilated. They had found the liberation they yearned for, and the hymn was henceforth marked by a permanent silent beat. And that perhaps is the inherent flaw in the path we walk. The family remains blissfully submerged in its paradise of cosmic harmony. Even when the thorns covering the ground pierce into their feet, they can only be moved to tears by their own boundless love in that shiver of pain. If all beliefs are truly to be accepted into the primordial divine law, then these dissonant voices, now sanctioned as true notes, may have consequences far more profound than they could ever anticipate. I'm writing to offer you a true farewell. Though we said our goodbyes upon my departure of penacony, we both still held to the belief that we would meet again along the path of harmony. I am still deeply grateful for your guidance, but I can no longer believe we will meet again. Who is that? Is that, the guy, the trailblazer guy? I'm so dumb. Here, I don't really want to talk about, Severance. But basically, it was just the elevator that, the smart guy drew. Hello? Cool. Collect. Reply from the Dream Master. A stack of recollections that surged out of the chaos of the primordial memory zone, frozen at that moment when the ink is still wet. Robin. It's been over a month since your last letter. I'm delighted to hear your melodies from afar once again. We've heard about your recent situation through the Interastral Peace broadcast. Don't be discouraged by one failure. As long as the giant moa's feathers still adorn those crowns that gaze down upon the stars, no amount of mediation can dissolve the hatred between Morion's natives and the poachers. Everything is fine in penacony. I can sense its breathing remains gentle and peaceful in its sweet slumber, so you needn't worry too much. I hear your next destination is Casablanca 8. I know I shouldn't interfere with your path of spreading harmonious music, and I understand why you refuse the family support. However, this time is different. The conflicting parties harbor deep-seated grudges, and surrounding powers are eager to see them fight to the death. If anything unexpected happens, please don't hesitate to seek help from the local family followers. Sunday. Regarding the obstruction of the Charmony Festival proposal at the family heads' meeting, the Alfalfa family is ultimately just hoping to make a fortune out of this, as you expect from Odie Alfalfa. So long as he doesn't turn the festival into an interstellar trade expo, let him have his way. The Bloodhound family's complaints about understaffing are merely an excuse to expand their influence. The Nightingale's family's nitpicking about the venue is just their way of coveting the sealed primordial memory zone. You can trade concessions for support, the extent of which is up to your judgment. You are now the head of the Oak family, and the day will come when you must make your own decisions. I, too, look forward to seeing that day arrive. Therefore, there's no need to seek my opinion on everything. This applies not just to this matter, but to all matters. My dear bird of the harmony, I've heard news of you and learned of your struggles in spreading the message on Casablanca 8. You told me how you tried to help civilians transport supplies under the guise of performances, only to be stopped at checkpoints time and time again. You spoke of singing to children about worlds beyond the sky in a school that resembled ruins, only to have it razed to the ground by artillery fire days later. You asked me, if the songs of harmony praise beauty, happiness, and purity, then how can others hear the suffering and cheers of the weak? Child, all I can tell you is this. When all paths on the ground have been exhausted, birds must leave their footprints in the sky. Okay, this is like their letters when Sunday became a stowaway and ran away. What the heck? Okay, I want to just look at this thing. It's pointing up there. Okay, Siren's blessing is over. Thank God. That was a visual nightmare. It like made me move all weird. Ooh. How do I get there? I assume just the normal way. Violet, it's your turn. It's January 2nd, Friday. I watched a movie. I watched Avatar, the Three People one, not the Four Elements one. And I watched the first movie because my aunt has Disney Plus, but the new movie, the third one that everyone's talking about, hasn't been released yet on Disney Plus. And I watched with my dad in the living room with my grandpa sleeping on his bed because he moved into the living room when my grandma died, so he just stays there. He has a bed though, and a breathing machine because he has, I think it's called sleep apnea. No, that's different. He has sleep apnea, but he also has that breathing thing where you stop breathing when you sleep. But yeah, he fell asleep and we watched Avatar in really low volume. And actually, it was really good. I mean, it wasn't like, it was very tropey, but I don't think being tropey forbids you from being very good. My dad gets very moved by this sort of stuff, so that was, I don't want to say it was annoying, but it was just kind of funny. I made a comparison, and it's like a sexist one, but the way men feel about how women feel about romantic comedies is how I feel about men who really like Avatar. Because it is really tropey, and like the romance is kind of cringe, and the narrative is kind of corny as well. Not that it's bad, but it's just like kind of corny, which is fine. I still enjoyed it a lot though. I like the message. It's a good message. Damn, okay. How to do this properly? First, I just want to do this. Oh, perfect. A dead end. Just what I was looking for. TikTok. Who exactly am I? I love the dialogue for these clocks. You're here for the cleanup. Heh. But I knew this day would come the moment I signed up to be a part of the business team. I just didn't expect it to come so soon. Just do it then. I have enough integrity left in me not to be a snitch to Boss Ticker over some petty damage. His name is Gang Ticker. Okay. Some of these are pretty hard. Others of these, I get like really quickly. Oh wait, I forget. Okay. That has to be there. That has to be there. Oh. I see. Definitely something like that. Couldn't have been easy. That's from Wicked. It's so weird to me. Is my body returning to its pride? Thank you for taking care of me. I, Tiggy, will never forget your hardness. Looks like this Ticker hasn't run out of time yet. Boss, I'm heading back to Spokane for work.
有什么宝贝也和我分享吧。
Yeah. I was gonna talk about Wicked. I remember when Wicked was released, I was in elementary school, and this was the musical. I didn't know like anything about it. I just knew the cover art, which is really iconic. And my first exposure to the original actors of Wicked, which was Idina Menzel and Kristen Chenoweth, was from Glee, because what's her name? Elba plays Rachel, the main character's mom, and Glinda plays this like love interest to the Glee coach. Should I do that? Should I do that? I don't know what's that way. What the hell? Where the hell am I? Can you take me somewhere weird? I don't want to be here though. But it's a dead end, and I love those. I feel like I should come here at the end, but you know what, whatever.
可爱的星球会藏在哪里呢？
Old wheelchair stands like a tombstone at the end of the road. The books, pens, and papers remain on the desk, but they'll never see their owner again. Among the many branching paths of Penacony's destiny, this one has reached its end, with nothing but an endless void lying ahead. That is an interesting item. Is that? Undelivered prayer book. You're not the only one who can draw others into play, old friend. At midnight, paradise shall be born, eternal and transcendent because of me. Our paths still diverge, and when we meet again, you'll curse my name. But, Mikhail, I want to fix your clock too. No one knows when or by whom it was written. It was never sent, and no chance remains to send it. Oh, okay. I get it, but it's creepy as fuck. But my dad was like shaking. He was literally shaking the whole time we were watching Avatar. Like when they did their like fucking hair thing and made love scene. When he became like the big chief guy or whatever. When they say like, I see you. I see you. It's like so silly. No, it's not silly. It's not silly. Okay, what does this do? Nothing, I'm assuming. Okay, but I still have to check. Where does this go? Oh, where we started. I've been like, I've had like a mini cold for like, I'm scared, I don't want to go there. Okay, that's a dead end as well. Alright. Alright. I'm so lost. I have such a bad sense of direction. I hate it so much.
就是你了，群星为英雄闪耀，就此凋零。不，于你所求，拥抱新生吧。这葫芦里卖的什么呀？ 啊！ 环绕着鲜花的芬芳，我们可不可以多歇息一会儿？我们能行，不长记性。
And my sister, she has plans, she has friends, and she was going to go on a little road trip today. That she did not want to go on because she's so sad with work. She was gonna be the one who had to drive because no one else she was going with to drive, and she was gonna like spend a lot of money on a trip that she kind of wanted to bail out of. And so obviously it's like it's raining pretty hard lately, and the weather is not the greatest, and it's cold. It's like December, so today had pretty decent weather. Like it wasn't pouring right now. It is raining a little bit, and I keep thinking someone's breaking in because of the sounds it's making, but no one is breaking in. And my sister, we were like kind of following her path and seeing where she was at because the drive was kind of long. And right after we finished out of the car, me and my dad, he was looking at our location, and she gave us a call. We were like, did she make it? And we couldn't really tell because we don't know where her Airbnb is at exactly. And she literally called us right when we were looking, and then she was talking about how everything turned out really great. So I think the first thing that she mentioned was that, okay, she's staying with 9 other people. 3 people had bailed, so it was originally gonna be 12, so that's why she was like pissed. She was like, damn, I should have bailed, and now the price of the Airbnb is more expensive, blah 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 blah. Should I go to opener? Fine, I'll just go. Oh, okay, it's a little small. Okay, awesome. The automatic piano was engulfed by crimson-colored wild grass. The keys were damaged and missing sporadically and stiffly emitting discordant single notes. Yeah, I really like that part of the... I've never seen such a butterfly before. You can't help but think of a blood-gorged mosquito with a swollen belly. Where's the butterfly? I like the part about the discordant notes being those, like, prisoners' last form of rebellion. Like, even though they were literally being absorbed by the harmony kind of was defeated, even though it was a small note. And that just shows how little resistance actually means in the face of harmony. But also, like, strangely scary how quote-unquote resistance to the harmony is literally like one singular note. But still, they made their impact. Good job, boys and girls. So yeah, people who drove, they made a rule. People who drove get a single room and everyone else gets a bunk bed. So she was pretty happy with that. She was like, okay, that's fair. Because she had never driven to this particular place before, and she's a great driver, but you know, I guess she's tired. She has a lot of work to do. Oh no, it's big. No! Oh wait, no, it's not that big. Where am I? Why is there like... Okay, let's help you take her. TikTok, who exactly am I? Block ticker. TikTok. Oh dear, Ghost. Please, you must help me. Some wretched block is stuck inside my dial. The block manipulates the ticker, even altering our thoughts. Oh, what a terrible fate. Please, you must save me. I won't suffer this a second longer. little bit of sense. Just do that. Connect that. No, this is so stupid. Can this one move? No. They don't even have a hint. That should have been in gold. I feel like the ones they have put in here are way harder than the old ones. I do remember, like, sometimes I would literally just click, like, one thing and it would solve itself. But, what am I doing wrong? There was one that I actually did give up on. It's kind of funny looking at it in retrospect. How did I forget? I actually love blocks the most. I yearn and chase after that altered state. But I did ask for this, didn't I? So here's your reward. And now I'm off to find another block to fill that void.
想用它做个手工，但要做什么好呢？
Way too much shit. No, I want to come back. Luckily, there's a teleport. You know what? No. I don't accept this. I want to go back. I want to go back. Oh, that's the main area. VX. You know what? No, never mind. I'll just make it the best of where I've been stopped. Okay, so the first good thing is that she got her own room. Why is there more? Thank you so much. This is the first room. Flyer for the World in Swarm Disaster Rebuilding Order book series. Endorsed by the Dean and Chief Investigator of the Harmony Academy at Paperfold University. A must-read, one of the 10 most important series of our time. Full of witty insights and the perfect way to wind down your day. A researcher from the Intelligentsia Guild who's notorious for writing paid reviews. Preface. The swarm came from La Pole Major, a torrent that left the cosmos in ruin. To the universe, dozens of amber eras are mere moments, but a single cosmic shift takes millions of years to build. Paths are forged and shattered, waxing and waning, then waiting for fate to shuffle the deck again. The books in this series analyzed multiple events regarding the order that initiated something new during the swarm, all to posit this possibility. The order did not wither during the ravages of the swarm disaster. Countless planets were bound into a single well beneath the shadow of carapace wings. The yearning for survival drove this concept to walk further along its path. Was the fall of Enna, then, a consequence of weakness? Or was it the paradoxical self-destruction of a power that, having peaked, had nowhere to go but inward? The answer would have to be answered after you have read all of these pages. The Nigel C4 Archaeological Report. Author. Oh my gosh, I literally cannot read. I'm like, sorry. I'm snotting all over myself. Blah, 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 blah. This is about how propagation makes order stronger, I think. Maybe? I don't know. That was a storyline arc of why Mr. Gopher Wood killed Firefly's freaking friend. I'm supposed to go to bed, but I don't want to. I feel like I should enter Dreamscape from this one. This looks like an important book. Hymn of the Stellaron. Hymn thanking the gift. Let the star be sundered, its heart laid bare. Let every nation heed the summons. By this Genesis Mass, our destiny is decreed by the Spirit in three. Let the sacred dew anoint us, uniting all faiths in truth. The seed of our faiths now ripens, binding brethren in sacred fraternity. Let all worlds and all tongues raise a single glorious chant. For we are the gifted, our hymn of praise, a cosmic gospel. Hymn calling forth paradise. Ooh, behold the Stellaron's glow, a blessing on us servants all. It turns barren fields to paradise, sating the wretched, quenching the deprived. The Stellaron is upon us, its brilliance blinds. In this fallen land, it writes the law anew. For the just, the sweetest wine. For the wicked, the purest truth. The Stellaron is upon us, its splendor shines. Now the darkest night becomes the highest noon. In our dreams, the sleepers find a joy that never ends. Hymn praising purgatory. Send them to the spiraling pits, the domain of the swarming carapaces, where karma's fire will purge the world of all joy and sorrow. A wasteland awaits for his rebirth. Plunge him into the endless abyss to be chewed by 1,000 maws, where the pact of justice is remade, consumed and nurtured by slime to be born anew. Why did I remind me of Genshin Impact? That's Genshin Brain. Alright, which way did I come from? Let's go to that room first. Cocoon of extinction. So first, back to my sister. She got her own room because she drove. And then on the way there, her boyfriend convinced the other two people that were in the car with her that she shouldn't have to pay for anything on the trip. So basically they're covering the cost for her, which was like one of her big things. It was like, oh no, not one of these. I think my team is pretty meta. The hollowed out starscape reduced to a breeding ground for the swarm's offsprings. The dreamscape revealed a cruel memory to you. The hands of Enna lacerated the night sky as insect eggs burst open, unleashing the power of propagation. Scarcity. Just one distant glance and you feel the overwhelming scarcity. Your spine begins to think, your mouth parts clicking and grinding, yearning to fill the empty void in your chest with a feast of flesh and blood. You'd better look away. Oh, it's a different one, I think. No. So she doesn't have to pay for anything. thanks to her boyfriend. And also, lastly, there was no traffic. So all in all, pretty good. Arrogant hand, looking down from above, with only the whistling wind in my ears, everything before me seemed so small. It's a view I've never seen before. I'm no longer a trash can. Climbing is my only form of happiness. It's not that high here either. You're right, this isn't nearly high enough. For the limits I want to challenge, this is nothing but a trivial warm-up. I set a finishing line for myself. The thrill left behind by the entire catalog. I'll climb step by step to the pinnacle tower of the tower in the trash can achievement and cram myself to the golden hill. Oh my gosh, I need to sneeze. That's really bad. Okay, I'm gonna like myself. I literally cannot take this anymore. I really want to go to sleep. But this is the last thing I'm gonna do in HSR. And I'm pretty much done with Genshin, except the new patch is gonna be in 2 days or 1 day, so like that's not gonna last long. Except I'm really freaking excited because when was the last time? Oh, I literally pull a new character with every patch in Honkai, so I'm not lacking for units to build. And I recently started this thing where I really just like build. I want to build all my characters. Genshin is one of the games where I just want to build every single character, and I'm only building Amber right now, and my Amber is really freaking cracked, but she's weak as hell. The good thing is I can use her artifacts for anyone else, and she's not absolutely useless in an admin theater anymore, but I built her as a DPS, not as a support, because like one thing I really want is to utilize every aspect of her kit, and her kit is so geared towards being a DPS, it's not even funny. Like, she's a shooter, she shoots. I also like to match it with lore and match it with outfit. Like, I do play fashion and back. Like, I want to have artifacts that look good on the character. Like, come on. Anyway, where am I now? What is that happening here? Was there a boss? Why? Why was the boss even here? Why is there a battle in here? I didn't even notice. Let's make it down. Okay. Ooh, save grass. Okay. I wanted to come back here and go through the teleport to the dreamscape. Where is this? I'm like literally almost done through texting me. My sister. Oh no! Oh no! She said US bombed Venezuela. Oh no, I'm so upset. No. Praying for them. Oh no. That's so fucked up. All because we want resources for our war with China. Like, it's just so fucked. The fire blood pulsates with a certain rhythmic beat. The USA is the propagation for real. Like, scarcity. Like, it's they just cannot be satisfied. Why would you burn them? Dude, I hope no one was hurt. Like, I wonder what they bombed. Because it could be infrastructure. It could be like the situation with Iran and Israel where both sides like gave each other warnings. So like people could be either evacuated or they just bombed in human populated areas. Destroy like military places. Like, okay, yeah, people in Iran died. For sure, which was like really fucked up. But given the nature of the two countries and the conflict, you know, it could have been a lot worse. But I hope, I'm like, does that give Venezuela the right to bomb us? I mean, I think it does. Like, it's just like fair game. But probably not my hometown. Is it because I'm ensnared by this crimson starry sky? An irresistible hunger has seized my soul, and I feel utterly empty inside my hollow torso, with only loneliness echoing within. Come closer, faithful wanderer. Stick your head in and listen to the echoes of loneliness. Sounds good. Sounds make good can't. Tattletop taught us not to trust strangers. Seems like you haven't learned that lesson. Sorry, you fell right into my trap. Now be good and get devoured as the price of your naivety. More violence. I'm so sick of it. Not really. War and violence in a fucked up system is welcome, I guess. But not when the bullies are winning. That sucks. I shouldn't touch my teeth because I actually haven't flossed my teeth yet. I'm pretty good at flossing my teeth. Like, I would not go to bed without flossing my teeth. And what's really fucked up is I have a lot of cavities too. Am I witty? No. Yes, sorry. Honestly, Byron's strong for that. And he killed the what are they called? The remembrance sprites? The memo sprites? That's actually pretty funny. I didn't know you could just kill a memo sprite and not just kill a character. Alright. Last chance, guys. Oh no, I discovered that I probably went the freaking wrong way. I should have taken the other path. Ooh, what is here? Mushroom? Where? That one? What is that? Oh, those are bugs. Oh. Okay. Future Tinker. We meet again, dear guest. How many times have we danced this dance? Hundreds? Every time you would turn back my clock hands and polish the bow until it shone to fix me. And every time the clock hands are around, I would tumble down time spiral, undoing and erasing the deed and becoming undone once more. Come then, fate's chosen tinkerer, please fix me one more time. Oh my gosh, that was a big snot ball. I'm not feeling good. Ooh. Oh. There you go. I want to know more about Venezuela. Praying for all the Venezuelans right now. I'm so sorry. Oh god. I feel really bad. From sickness. Are you serious? Ooh. Huh. Interesting. I swear it has something to do with this. Oh, never mind. I hope you don't mind the self-indulgent nonsense of a teenage ticker. This is so embarrassing. I want to crawl into a hole and disappear. But we can't exactly prove that something erased ever existed in the first place, can we? Here, take these and forget me.
想用它做个手工，但要做什么好
Why
呢
do？ they give us useless shit? Who actually uses flesh artifacts? Like, please. Maybe people do. Okay, I want to go back to the portal. I feel like I got all the chests. No, there's still one more. What even was the point of that path? Okay, let's go back to Oak Manor. And then I think it's this door. Let me be wrong. Yeah, I do think it's this room. Only reflection remains. Alright, this is a different one. Okay, good thing I traveled on this one. At least they don't have any of those like cancerous 3D rooms. I actually hated those rooms. I was like, I like HSR exploration because we don't have that 3D nonsense. Okay, is this where I was before? Right, never mind. Okay. So basically there's no way back. Perfect. Where is this, first of all? So not what I wanted. Right. I wonder what's down this leg. Oh, I can't even go there. Yeah, okay. Oh, wait, no. I totally remember this place. Perfect. Right, I went this way. I didn't go that way yet. No, Loki did, because that's where it came from. Yeah, I'm so smart. Alright, I think that's like everything. Successful. I'm gonna go back to reading a couple Genshin mails. And I'm not gonna start any ZZZ shit because there's just so much to do in that one. But good night and thanks for watching.